Hey guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the video, and welcome back. If this is not your first one, thanks for the support. I wanted to do a video on the OG and the Bellmoth Demon today. So, previous video I did the Red Demon, the Grey Demon, and then the Howlix Demon, and what teams I use and how I kind of tackle that and what my strategy for those is. And I wanted to basically just follow up and do the same thing again today, except obviously for the Bellmoth and the OG, as I said. Now, with these ones, spoiler alert, disclaimer alert, I don't run these on Hell. I don't really have a full team built to the level that I want to, and I want to be doing this through the AI, right? So I've been using the AI as an example for my other ones. So I want to basically continue and show you just what I suppose a reasonable or what can be expected from a run with these looks like. And like I said, you can potentially, find some friends and stuff, and you'll probably be able to do Hell and on both of them potentially. But for me, I do Extreme on this one and then just Hard on the OG Demon. I can do Extreme, but honestly, I'm kind of lazy. It takes a little bit longer, and Hard is good enough for me in terms of farming the OG Demon Fire. Now, for the Bellmoth, disclaimer, you pretty much only really want to do Hell if one of you has Zaneri, right? Now, Zaneri is a green debuff cleansing unit, right? So I bring Blue Skinny King for that. Zaneri is the only green level 1 cleanse unit in the game, as far as I'm aware. So that's the only time she'll work with the Thonar passive, which, if you don't know, Thonar passive is basically every time you use a debuff, every time you cleanse the debuff, you get a 40% attack increase for 3 turns, I believe it is. So you want to basically proc this as soon as possible. So basically that's all my Blue Skinny King is here for. I have Brunhild for just she hits so hard as a green unit, and then Trader Melee. The reason I don't bring, say, like the ultimate, the one Escanor, or maybe even Freya or Goddess Liz, is this boss actually evades all ranged attacks. So you need to use melee attacks on this boss, otherwise it will not work. So I'll jump in, I'll show you guys my strategy. I've just grabbed a random team, this will do. Hopefully he doesn't use the AoE. Zaratras is another really good pick if you do have a built Zaratras. It can work really well on this boss as well. Cool, so as always you want to make sure you do your simultaneous clear. Do one boss run and it will let you do all of them, right? Basically just clear them all through so you don't have to worry about it too much. We don't have to do the same boss fight multiple times. So this makes clearing demons every day a heck of a lot easier, which is really nice. Alright, so the very first thing I want to do is basically cleanse the buff disable that it puts on. I'm going to spam it, so see if I can get it before the AI. I cannot. That's okay. So that's going to hit, this is going to miss. So what I'm probably going to do is just to make sure it does die in one phase, I'm going to use, might not be necessary. So basically you always want to one turn the Bellmoth. Right, there you go, evasion, right? So any ranged attacks doesn't work. So you always want to make sure you one turn the Bellmoth, because I shouldn't have wasted my melee card. Oh well. Because otherwise he just hits so hard. He has a really strong AoE, and if your cleanse unit doesn't survive, he does attack disable, which is painful. Another thing you could use instead, right? You could definitely bring Margaret. I literally just thought of that. I don't know why I haven't been bringing Margaret. Very stupid of me, to be honest, because that will, I believe, work the same. I haven't tried it, so don't quote me on it. But there you go. So Zaratras actually hits pretty hard, which is good. Cool, so we're going to be sweet here. Now I'm more hoping that I get some better cards than what I've got. Cool, so again, one turn, right? You want to make sure you one turn it. So honestly, this is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you cleanse at the start of the fight. Gives you the attack. Perfect. Gives you the attack increase for 3 turns, and then if you basically one turn it each phase, you'll be sweet. Cool, so this could be interesting. We should be okay though, I think. I hope. Otherwise you're going to see... Yeah, I think melee can do that. Cool, and then don't let me down, melee. Perfect. Cool, so that's it, guys. That's the Bellmoth, nice and straightforward. Like I said, if you do have Zaneri, who's the green cleanser, you can probably do Hell if you have these heroes built. And you get better bit of better RNG than I did then, or you know, you use a better AI unit, or you have a friend that comes helps you, because you don't want to be using ranged attacks on that boss. But as you can see, even with an AI using range attacks, I still cleared that not too bad. I know it was a little bit touch and go, sounded a little bit touch and go, but we got it right. So that was hell on the OG Demon. We're going to jump in and just do hard. We're going to cheat. Alright, I could probably do extreme. Like I said, I do it sometimes, but I can't really be bothered. And I wanted to show you what a legitimate run for me looks like, right? Like I said, I've many times, I am a free-to-play account. I've built these heroes just with the resources I've got. So I don't have anyone super crazy maxed out. I think my highest CC is about 62k, which is HP defense Liz, right? So this is my team for OG Demon. I have basically red bar on the back to increase attack. I have Kitsune because I ideally want to get a second Kitsune card on the first turn, so 1 in 3 chance of that. Just because then I can merge cards and then turn it to gold for the debuff immunity, or I can just attack twice and get the debuff immunity card. So the idea is basically this demon, OG Demon, can reduce all your stats as well as cancel skill effects, right? So you don't really want that happening, and you don't want cancelling your ultimate or anything like that if you get it. So debuff immunity from Kitsune is going to be really helpful. Escanor just because he hits like a truck, right? To be honest, I might actually swap him out for melee because we're going to get the Kitsune and we're going to get lots of amplifiers, so that could be helpful. And then Freya for the long range AoE. So I use his cleave card because on the second phase of this, you can't do any damage unless it's a ranged attack. Right, so melee for the damage. Again, this can be pretty much any strong damage unit. The one Escanor will do. You know, anything like that. Freya for the long range cleave card as well as the damage, and then Kitsune for buffing. Cool, let's grab a random AI. Let's see if I like the look of that. Okay, that's should be decent, should be helpful. So you'll see here they actually got Summer Deanne. So Summer Deanne basically gives debuff immunity stat increases just if everyone's on a different race. So she's basically designed for OG Demon, so she'll help out the AI a hell of a lot there. Alrighty, so as this guy goes, this is probably the most, I mean, understandably the most frustrating boss in the game, right, when it comes to these demons. As you get towards extreme and hell, he takes a lot less damage, hits a lot harder, and becomes very annoying. So as you can see here, he does have evade up, which basically what that means is he only takes damage to long range attacks, so avoids melee attacks. So I'm going to use that, and then that, and that should do enough damage so I can do it. So missed right because he's still got the evasion. So you need to take off the first 10% of his health. I'm really hoping this AoE does enough damage. It's not coming to, so the silver finger's going to miss. That's a big sad. But this should do enough where at least I will do some damage. This will also increase the attack thanks to Kizune's Holy Relic. Alright, so the cleave card from Freya is super strong here. So you can also use Festival Deanne if you do have her and you don't have Summer Deanne. That will also then allow you to, do enough damage, and he just, as you can see, heals heaps. So he's basically full healing. Luckily for Escanor, he is got an increase in stats. I think this should be, and I'll proc that, and then we'll do. Let's just do that. So I'm hoping this doesn't kill, just because I do want to give. It might do. Okay, because ideally I want to use the Kitsune card so I get this gold cleave. Could do a lot though. Yeah, damn. Okay. So I do use the Kitsune card at silver, which is not bad because it does increase basic stats, but it doesn't give me that debuff immunity, which is ideally what I want. It's fine, and this is the final phase, so no evade this time, so you can just use normal cards. Of course, now I get a Kitsune card. I'm going to use it though, just so I can use some cleave cards and then the melee card. So as you can see, he becomes a lot tankier this time around. And I believe that Deanne's, my AI has lost their attack buff as well. So go. So hopefully this does enough damage where we can just kill. So, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so again, that was hard, right? It wasn't that hard as you can tell. We can do it on extreme. But honestly, I usually just do hard because it's easy to clear. You use a long range attack to make sure you get rid of the initial evade that he has for melee attacks. Ideally, you do want to, yeah, proc Kitsune's passive as well as get her level 3 card, which is pretty easy because she levels up every time she does damage. So get that, and then that allows you to basically get rid of all debuff, or have debuff immunity, right? If you have Summon Diane, just replace her, right? You can replace Kitsune with Summon Diane. I haven't pulled her yet. She is on the list. And that's it, guys. So nice quick follow-up. Like I said, apologies they're not in Hell. I just wanted to be honest and open with you guys. I don't usually run Hell on either of them. Extreme is pretty much a good happy medium. Still gives me a decent chunk of resources, but isn't a headache to try and get through every time. So I hope this helps. Any questions, comments, throw them down and below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.